back to the channel on our way to Calgary.
Well, that was an adventure, but we've made it to downtown Calgary and got ourselves checked into our hotel. Tomorrow, I'm going to take you on a private tour of the Scotiabank Saddledome, and we might even have an opportunity later in the evening to see if we can get the bird up. Tonight, I think the only sightseeing I'm going to see in Calgary is the pillow on this beautiful king-size bed. Alright, so we're about to head on a tour of the Saddledome here in Calgary. This should be pretty fun.
And we have 4 suites in the corner. So that's open to the public. You can rent those. Another one over there, and then the other. I want you to notice the ring beam, that concrete edge that goes all around. And I want you to notice the cables in the middle. Okay? So the cables in the middle is 118 kilometers of cabling. And I want you to look up so I can actually show you how this works. In those channels, going this way and this way, is 118 kilometers of cables that are bound together. They're connected to the ring beam that goes all the way around. Just like on this picture, we have our ring beam here. Cables are attached. The reason for that saddle dome shape is this is sagging in the middle. Engineering factoid is those lines going this way and this way have to be done within 9 hours. Time magazine reports it as one of the engineering marvels of the world because concrete technology in the 80s is vastly different than it is now. You couldn't have a wet edge of concrete meet dry edge. So 9 hours continuous this way and that way. We have to have police blocking traffic, cement trucks were rolling in to get that roof done. You can't make a mistake because those large squares were all made off site and have to be perfectly put down to have this. West lobby, this area here, approximately 70% of our vans will go through here. The sea train goes right through here. Ironically, Winnipeg Jets, ex-Thrashers, were in Atlanta as well before they became the second Winnipeg Jets. When the Calgary Flames came, our team, they played over at the Corral in 1980. So the Corral there is the largest, was at that time during it was built in the 1950s. That was the largest arena west of Toronto. It seats about 7,500. Sadly, it's slated to be torn down. It's just reached the stage limit. So the Flames played over there. This building came about totally separate from a whole separate venture. We didn't have Twitter, Facebook, Tinder, Snapchat. There was no way you could promote nothing unless you took out a full-page ad on a newspaper, did a commercial on TV. Now there's 13-year-old kids that are getting 1 million hits from showcasing their hamster, and the world knows about it. Back then, that was the only way to showcase Canada. So this building is special in the sense that we got to go ahead for the Olympics. Here, one of the largest hockey arenas on the planet is non-profit. I'll say it again, it's non-profit. We're all educated, we know what non-profit means, right? Registered with the government, after expenses, money goes back to charity. I'll expand on that a little bit. Let me continue here. These 9 names are elected. They're not billionaires that want to play. They're elected people, one's from the Olympic, federal government, City of Calgary, Flames, Stampede, etc. They are the curators of the Saddledome Foundation, which is the perfect model for any Olympics because, like I said, Calgary Flames does not own this arena. 15 feet above the ground, this water was roaring. Right where that black car is, in front of that white pickup truck, there's a giant, huge red doors where 2 semi-trucks would fit. So this is where the concert load-in happens. So for example, Katy Perry was here. We had 32 trucks. Let me find, here we go. This is my photos that I took. She had 12 of these buses. They're about $1 million a piece for her crew. This is parked right along the fence there, you can see. And these are the trucks. These are the overflow trucks. There's 2 more buses overflow parked over there. I'm not picking on Katy Perry. It was just an awesome big show. And they're parked right down there. So we'll take a look at those doors. The water came, broke the door down, and we were part of the river flow for about. The memorabilia pictures from the 88 Winter Olympics. The original medals handed out. These are real, they're not replicas. Cool. Pictures from the closing ceremonies. The original white hat, the AKA White Hat Award, started here. That's what the athletes wore in '88 to represent Canada. Ever since then, Calgary's taken on the tradition of giving any dignitary a white hat. The Queen's been white-hatted, the Dalai Lama's been white-hatted, Prime Ministers and leaders of the world. It's an honor to be white-hatted.
What's white hat?
The white Stetson hat that's worn there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the white.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the torch, very special torch that started it all. Our opening ceremonies was the McMahon Stadium. A couple things that you gents should be proud of, being Canadians. This is one of the only financially successful Olympics ever. The reason why, in true Canadian style, no country could do this. Vancouver did it, and we did it. We started at 10,000 volunteers from coast to coast. Is why the 88 Winter Olympics was so special. We didn't have to pay anybody. We had volunteer excellence. Got Big Mean Dave behind there, our security guard. Welcome to Canada. That's a tough security guard right there. So the team comes through here, and they're going to head to the NHL dressing room. So let's do the same walk. Pat Steinberg's place, TV studio number 2, TV studio number 1. I'm just going to flick the light on here, so you guys can have a look. Come on in. Have a look here. So this is our TV studio. This is where we used to do back in the day. All the different coaches' corner, things like that used to be in here. This is where there's a lectern that's usually parked here. It's behind the curtain. After the game, Flames game, Coach Peters will stand here, talk about the game. There's reporters from all over the world sitting here. Visiting teams coach, same thing. They'll stand here and they'll talk about what happened, what went good, went bad. Come on in. You'll see the tag on the door, very important room. Come on in, grab a seat. Please, I encourage you to grab a seat, get the feel of this room. I do this with, I'll make you guys a deal. You're busy, corporate gents, you're sales executives. You got a lot on your mind. Give me 2 minutes of your uninterrupted thoughts, and I'll give you 2 minutes of memories. Take it for. You're in a room that is very special to a lot of very important people. If you can imagine this room here and how important it is to Canadians, it's incredible. This is Team Canada's dressing room number 2. Only because we'll have 50, 60 guys trying out for Team Canada, men's, ladies, and juniors. This past summer, there was a little over 100 young boys under 17 trying to make the Iva Halinka Cup. That's here. So this is a very special room. The Team Canada would be in here. Here's an example. Marc-Andre Fleury, Carey Price, Sagan, you name me a player, they will see this room first. The future stars of the game have already been in this room before they'll see their prospective signed agreement. I have a picture of Marc-Andre Fleury sitting there back when he played in the World Juniors. He's holding a puck, and he hadn't even signed for Pittsburgh yet. Carey Price was with the Portland Winterhawks. When he would come here and play the Hitman, Carey Price was in this dressing room. representing Team Canada. Was it 2012 that we had that epic World Junior game where Jonathan Tate scored 3 overtime shootout goals to win that series? So those guys are in this room. You cannot buy a ticket for this room. If I wasn't doing this tour today, you would not be in this room. This is not one of those rooms when you travel in the world, you're going to show up and be like, hey, sir, can I check out the NHL's dressing room? I'm just passing by. Chances are it's going to be no. I've met Calgarians that have grown up in this city that have never been in this room. Here's how special this room is. You might have heard about this player,
Yeah, I live in Brantford.
just a few, eh? You ever heard of him? Google him, he's really good. When Wayne played with Edmonton for years, played there for a long time. He hated flying when he was younger. He was always driving down with the equipment truck from the local arenas here. The equipment truck gets here a day before. Sometimes that morning, the equipment truck would pull up, the rest of the team would just charter fly down. Before we had our flood, we had 2 stalls like this in this corner here. So the coach decides who sits where in a team. All teams, coach decides. Veteran defensemen, young defensemen sit together. So the equipment coach, not knowing what the head coach wants who to sit where, would always leave Wayne's stuff over there. That went on for years of Wayne playing with Edmonton. After Wayne left Edmonton and went to other teams, St. Louis Rangers, it just became an honorable, like 2 seats was just left empty in honor of Wayne. Nobody risked, and these are inside stories that we don't need to share, it's meaningful to us. Nobody would sit there, no rookie would attempt to sit there, no veteran would sit there, because the players talk. Sorry?
Back right there where that.
Right there where the machine and sink is, because after the flood, because they were never used, ironically, it was just used for the dirty towels and everybody would just leave them there for the cleanup crew. So after the flood of 2013, when we redesigned this area, we didn't want to have 2 stalls sitting there doing nothing. So we left some Gatorade and stuff for the late coming teams. There's a little bit of a sink and a coffee machine there. So that was reserved for Wayne Gretzky. So this room is full of stories like that. This is also the room for the headliners before they go on stage. You're sharing a room with the Dalai Lama would have been here. He's kind of the #1 room, and then we'll wrap up. So you're sharing the space that Colorado will be here on Thursday. This is what the guys, they wash up in after. This is hot tub, cold tub. The guys come in their street clothes, hang their street clothes here, go in there, put their jerseys on. Any medical will be taken care of here. Put a picture on the flood. Afterwards, you can see how high the water was just without the roof. You see we're ready for Colorado here, and this area here is the team lets us know what they want. And we'll put it here. Every team will have a certain kind of coffee, certain players will have snacks here. That's a full-on x-ray machine there. There'll be an x-ray technician. Anybody gets hurt, they'll be in there. Any hockey player from the 1980s to now that's represented Canada, Gretzky, gosh, I mean Lemieux, let's go to the legends. They've been in this room. No arena can brag to that honor. North Dakota, they had like the legends. There was Phaneuf, Crosby, because it was a hockey lockout. Yeah, it was 2005, but it was a hockey lockout. So they had the best of the best on there. They were all in here. And they literally have to build up the layers. And we don't do it, we don't just take a hose, we don't just flood it. You have to do, I can't find a picture here. You have to pull the special super, here we go. I was able to help them one year. You gotta pull this thing. Hot water. They use hot water from gas line. Jump in.
break it on. All of us. So air bubbles in hot water. And the hot water will bond. The hot water will bond. See, that's hot water.
Richard Gurney puts a 1989 Looney at the blue center dot there before they do the ice. So before we paint the ice white, that's what it looks like. That's the clear, that's the frozen part that's about this thick to seal the concrete. And then we paint it white. I'm trying to find it. With this thing here you go. One year I helped them out. So they run the paint through here, it goes on to there. The decal, so this is a decal that goes right across here. The blue lines, the lines are actually, there we go.
Oh, I remember talking about that one yesterday.
Yeah, so Marc-Andre, like I said, he's passionate about this arena because he started his career right here. World Juniors, way back. Like way back in the day, he represented, that was, he would have been under 20, because you can't be 20 and over in the World Juniors. So that's his, a lot of the players have fond memories of the side. Aquaman, Jason Momoa. We found out he was
Well, sitting here in the penalty box, the Calgary Flames Arena.
Hey, coach.
Use this analogy for every group that I get, and he's one of many that I'm going to use in this group here. You might have heard of this player. He's going to be 100% for sure in the Hockey Hall of Fame. His name is Jerome McGinley, Edmonton boy. Broke many records, set many records, first black NHL captain ever. When at a young age of 19, in 2005, the World Juniors of Hockey was hosted here. That was his coming out party because he won gold for that year. He stood here after his trade and said, "Hello Canada here. There's a celebrity, Mr. Poplinski."
How you doing, guys?
Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
All over.
Thank you, sir. Scarborough originally, lived in Etobicoke.
Where are you from?
South Etobicoke, so Park Lawn Lakeshore.
I got an office at 3W and 427.
What do you do down here? Yeah, so,
What's the scoop of this?
we're running an event in the building, and we bring electronics company. Yeah, so we come here, we did an event, so we get to throw a tour after and do that for
Should
everyone.
have thrown some pads on.
Oh, now that you say that, you got your
We have to
stick.
charge extra for that. We have to renegotiate the price.
That's all right, don't worry, let's go. Oh, really? Right on.
All you guys are.
Three of us, and then these are the guys that we sort of that sell our product. We bring them in a training event, yeah. Do a training event with them, and then yeah, we get to do it. They sort of right back there. It's pretty cool.
We're talking about legends, and you came around the corner. We're talking about this wall here, and all the times you might have spent there, and saying the good and the bad with that wall there.
You know, the good old days, we don't have all those pictures.
I know.
Thanks for using
Yes,
that.
guys. Thanks for chatting. Yeah.
So long.
Cheers. Thank you.
There we go. See, you got a legend. I was talking about the wall, and there's a man that would have. So this, you guys are welcome to take a picture, or we'll end it off right here. You want a selfie, a picture, grab it, and we'll. The original picture, we saw damage in the flood, trying to fix it. The form no longer exists. Like if it's a Wednesday, 8 o'clock late game, and it's only Arizona, Coyotes.
Yeah.
You could probably they'll have it's dedicated to members, but if there's open space, a season ticket holder can go. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, a season ticket. Yeah, we have a season ticket holder. Yeah.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching today. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I hope your day was full of awesomeness.